Did you know that there are 3 levels of autism? The 3 levels of autism helps healthcare professionals, including doctors, nurse practitioners, nurses, counselors, therapists, and more, provide the right level of support for us who are on the spectrum. In this video, I will break down the 3 levels of autism and give you a brief history of how autism was diagnosed and classified prior to the 3 levels we use today. So let's get started. Hey, Define Yourselfers, I am the Confident Autistic from theconfidentautistic.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I truly appreciate you checking out the channel. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you will return and watch other videos I posted to this channel. I am an autistic adult, late diagnosed, a multi-certified life coach, and an advocate for autistic adults who is on a mission to empower you to embrace autism confidently. If this resonates with you, please consider supporting my mission. You can show your support by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. But the best way you can show your support is by subscribing to this channel. When you do not forget to ring the bell, which means click on the bell, to be notified of new videos and when I go live. Prior to the creation of today's 3 levels of autism, the previous diagnostic system included the following 3 classifications for autism. The first is autism disorder. Autism disorder was a more severe case of ASD, often defined by communication troubles, repetitive behaviors, and social challenges. Asperger's syndrome. Now, Asperger's was a milder case of autism spectrum disorder that may have impacted a person's communication or social skills. Pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, which is known as PDD-NOS. PDD-NOS was a diagnosis for children who did not fully meet the requirements for either autistic disorder or Asperger's diagnosis. Some medical professionals, parents, or autistic people may still use terms like Asperger's or PDD, although they have all been replaced in the 2013 publication of the 5th edition of the DSM, which is known as the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. In this edition, the American Psychiatric Association introduced the 3 levels of autism spectrum disorder that we use today. These 3 levels of ASD help specialists make more refined diagnoses, which can lead to more effective treatment plans for those of us on the spectrum. And as a side note, I'd like to point out that with the release of the DSM-5, professionals were able to diagnose a person like you and me with both autism and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD. And there are many overlapping challenges, both diagnosis, that would be people who are diagnosed with autism or people that are diagnosed with ADHD, share, and up to 80% of autistics meet the requirements for an ADHD diagnosis. Level 1 autism requires the least support to navigate daily life. Level 1 autism is often considered the mildest form of autism spectrum disorder. This level was sometimes referred to as high-functioning autism or Asperger's syndrome. Not only have these terms been replaced by the DSM-5, referring to level 1 autism, but they have also fallen out of popularity in our society. Many in our community, that be the autistic community, not only have found the term high-functioning autism to be an ableist term, while Asperger's, which came from the man named Hans Asperger, who helped the Nazis kill children, has become a negative term for some of us on the spectrum because of its history. For those of us who are at level 1 autistics, we may be able to live independently with minimal support, although we may need help with social interaction, organization, and planning. Some of the key characteristics of level 1 autism include a difficulty understanding social cues and nonverbal communication, challenges initiating and maintaining conversations, a difficulty with flexible thinking and adapting to changes in our routines, some sensory sensitivities to light, sound, or textures. A person who is diagnosed or living with level 1 autism may struggle with executive function skills like planning and organization. And level 1 autistics can appear to be socially engaged but may miss subtle social cues. Although level 1 autism may be considered as a mild form of autism by some, level 1 autism can still significantly impact the daily life and relationships of those on the spectrum. For those of us with level 1 autism, we may benefit from therapy to improve social skills and communication strategies. The diagnosis of level 1 autism can be challenging, as many of us who are level 1 autistics may be able to effectively mask our symptoms of autism, especially for those of us who are adults. We have probably through our lives, this includes me because I've done this, have learned how to mask our autism so much, it's hard for us to take off the mask, and it may be hard for us, a person who's evaluating us, an evaluator, to determine we're level 1 because we're so effective at masking. And because of that, that hurts our ability to seek the help and the assistance and support that we need, or even know that we need help and support. Level 2 autism requires substantial support. Level 2 autism is often referred to as a moderate level of autism spectrum disorder. This level indicates a need for more support than level 1, but less support than is needed for level 3 autistics. For those of us who are at level 2, we need substantial support to help with communication, both verbal and nonverbal, coping with changes in our routines, and other issues. We may also experience restrictive interests and limited interests compared to those at level 1 autism. Also, those of us with level 2 autism may experience repetitive behaviors. Now, some of the key characteristics of level 2 autism include a difficulty initiating social interactions and understanding social cues. This is similar to level 1, but it does occur in level 2 as well. Level 2, another key characteristic is limited verbal communication. Any individual who is a level 2 autistic may speak in simple sentences or only on specific interests. Level 2 autistics also markedly atypical nonverbal communication, like poor eye contact. Also challenges adapting to changes in routine or environments, causing distress. Level 2 autistics also experience repetitive behaviors that are noticeable to others, and a narrow range of interests. Level 3 autism requires very substantial support to meet challenges with communication and self-regulation. Level 3 autism is the most severe form of autism spectrum disorder, and many previously referred to level 3 autism as low functioning autism. However, the term low functioning autism, as like the term high functioning autism, has fallen out of popularity as many in our community view it to be an ableist term. Level 3 autism is characterized by significant impairments in communication, social interactions, and behavior. For those of us who are at level 3, we need very substantial support. We may have severe impairments in social communication, inflexible behavior, and limited functioning. We may also need round-the-clock support and supervision. Autistics with level 3 autism require very substantial support to live fulfilling and purposeful lives. Level 3 autistics may need support in education, employment, self-care, and other domains. They may also depend on assistive technologies such as communication aids and sensory accommodations. Now, some of the key characteristics of level 3 autism include communication challenges. People with level 3 autism have limited verbal communication skills or are nonverbal. They may have difficulty understanding or using spoken or written language. Social interaction difficulties. People with level 3 autism may have limited initiation or social interactions and may not respond to social overtures from others. They may avoid interactions with others, but may interact in a limited way if they must respond. Level 3 autistics often have behavioral problems. People with level 3 autism may have repetitive behaviors such as headbanging, biting their arms, or pulling their hair. They may also react stronger to changes and become highly distressed when asked to switch tasks. Level 3 autistics also experience sensory processing issues. People with level 3 autism may have sensory processing issues and trouble processing anything that's sensory related, like sound, light, smell, taste, etc. Level 3 autistics also have a tendency of self-injury. People with level 3 autism may be at a heightened risk of self-injury, which can include biting themselves, cutting themselves, or even, I hate to say this, but it's true, could even lead to suicidal tendencies, if not suicide attempts. Finally, level 3 autistics face daily life challenges. People with level 3 autism may face significant challenges in most aspects of life and may not be able to complete daily tasks independently. Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts on this video. If you're comfortable, share what level you've been diagnosed at or which level you think best fits you and why, or anything else you'd like to share, including a topic idea for a future video. You can share that here in the comments on this video or join the conversation in our Facebook group, Autistic Adults Embracing Autism. Now, I may not be able to respond to every single comment that's posted, but rest assured I do read each and every one of them, and I really do appreciate the feedback and the conversations that are developing on these videos and in our Facebook group. I truly do. So until next time, this is Chris Mitchell, the Confident Autistic, reminding you that now is the time for you to embrace autism confidently. Join me live Thursday nights for the Confident Autistic Live, where I answer your questions, we discuss this week's videos, offer support, and more. The fun starts Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time in the US of A. Be sure to click the bell when you subscribe to the channel to be notified when the party begins.